Please welcome Her Excellency the Right Honourable Mary Simon, Governor-General of Canada, le très honorable Justin Trudeau, Premier ministre du Canada, l'honorable Pablo Rodriguez, ministre du Patrimoine canadien, Nathan Obed, President of Inuit Tapiri Kanatami, and Cassidy Caron, President of the Métis National Council.
Happy Canada Day! Great to see you guys. Happy Canada Day! Great to see you guys. Happy Canada Day! Hi there, Happy Canada Day! How you doing? What's your name?
Amir.
Pleasure to see you, Amir.
I want to be future.
I like that. Happy Canada Day! Bonjour, bonne fête du Canada.
Merci.
Plaisir de vous voir. Happy Canada Day! Salut. Plaisir. Great to see you guys. Happy Canada Day. Hey, great to see you guys.
Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day. What a day. Great to see you guys out today. Merci beaucoup. Happy Canada Day. Hey guys, great to see you. Ça va bien? Bonjour, plaisir de vous voir. Là. Salut, tu t'appelles comment toi? Plaisir de te voir. Bonjour, ça va bien? Bonjour, enchanté. Tu t'appelles comment toi? Hey guys, Happy Canada Day. Great to see you guys here. For sure, sir, for sure. Thanks. Happy Canada Day. Good to see you. Of course, of course. Welcome, Mrs. Sutton.
It's in your memory.
Here we go. Hey guys, how you doing?
On a vu les photos à Marie-Lène.
All right.
To start off today's festivities, let's take a moment of reflection with our Indigenous communities. Led by First Nation, Inuit, and Métis Nation female elders, this unique teaching recognizes and raises awareness about our relationship with the land. Pour commencer les festivités d'aujourd'hui, prenons un moment de réflexion en compagnie de nos communautés autochtones. Dirigées par des aînés des Premières Nations, des Inuits et des Métis, cet enseignement unique reconnaît et est sensible à notre relation avec la Terre.
Wait, greetings to the territory holders, the Algonquin, the elders, the war veterans, the ancestors, and invited guests. I am Debbie Sampson of the Shwapuk Nation, the Adams Lake Indian Band. This land that is known as Canada is a small part of Turtle Island that is on Mother Earth. This land is beautiful. She is sacred. She is the giver of life. The winged ones, the finned ones, the four-legged, the little creatures that crawl upon the earth, and the two-legged, and the root people are dependent on the sacred land, the water, and the air. This land provides shelter, food, and medicines. We're a family of hunters and gatherers. We love our wild meats, our fish, our berries, and our medicines. This is who we are. This is our way of life. There are so many gifts to mention for that of which the sacred lands have bestowed upon us. The mountains, the water, the air, they are our calm, they are our peace, they are our healing and our medicine. Away from them, we become lost. Our hearts harden and our spirits and our ancestors cry. I have a responsibility to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. The natural life and our generations to come. So I have to speak of the things that are happening to Mother Earth. There once was a time that my relatives of the natural life were plentiful and healthy. Global warming, clear-cut mountains, natural gas, oil wells, mines on the land and on the seas. The contaminants are destroying and poisoning the air, the waters, the land. The effects to the ecosystem are astronomical. Like the people, the winged ones, the finned ones, the four-legged, the little creatures that crawl upon the earth are becoming diseased and crowded out of their territories. Their numbers are low, becoming endangered. They are becoming more and more scarce as their homes are destroyed. We're all interconnected. We are all dependents of the sacred lands. I'm afraid for the generations to come, for what befalls the land, the water, and the air, the natural life, befalls my people, all people. This is a world, this is a government, this is an individual issue and responsibility that we have to the Creator, to the sacred lands and the generations to come. If we don't do things differently, as a government, as individuals, as people, we will not survive. Listen to the land, our life giver. She is in pain. She cries as she burns from global warming, from fires. She cries as she falls apart from earthquakes, floods, and slides. Listen, love and care for this land. I pray for the land, our life giver, for the future. I pray for forgiveness as we have allowed and continue to allow greed, development, and egos to destroy life. I pray that I have an answer when it is my time to stand before the Creator. And He asks with tears in His eyes, you knew, you heard, you saw what was happening. What have you done to care for, to love, and to protect your mother, the earth, the natural life? What have you done? I pray we all open our eyes, our hearts to the reality, and do our part, the best that we can, to help the lands to heal for the love of life, love of Mother Earth, love the natural life. And with that, I say, Kukstam, all my relations. I lost some of my words.
Tuyumitlanak Ilunasi. Welcome, everyone. Ulasiak, good morning. Charlotte Wolfrey Uvunga, Riglet Uvunga. I'm from Charlotte Wolfrey. I'm Charlotte Wolfrey from Riglet in Nunatsiavut. And I can't talk about the land without talking about the ice, the snow, and the water, because that's who we are. To Inuit, the land brings food, material for our traditional clothing, material for practicing our traditional lifestyle, like the hullik hair, which couldn't keep lighted because of the wind. It also brings healing and inner peace. We are a part of the land. Our traditional lifestyle is still alive and well. When I go out on the land where I live, it is virtually untouched. I can walk in the same paths that my ancestors walked in. They are still there, kept up by the generations who still hunt, fish, and gather from the same places that they used. Years ago, my community, Rigolet, was just a trading post, and with an Inuktitut name we called Tigiaksausik, and to us it meant a place to trade. Inuit families still lived out on the land, and as a matter of fact, I was born out on the land, and my family moved to a community a couple of years after I was born, which was in the 1950s. Today, most families have homesteads or small cabins built where their ancestors used to live before they were relocated. We are still quite nomadic and go certain places depending on the time of the year. And we still use tents and travel from place to place following the seasons and the food sources. Our survival was dependent on traditional information passed down from generation to generation. Climate change is changing that. The teachings or the laws that we were taught and the care that we were told to have for the land and the environment contravenes what is happening today. Even though we still have a lot of untouched land and can still walk those paths, what's happening in the South is changing our lifestyle and our traditions. Our winters, the ice, wind, storms, the unexpected heat, these are changing what we do and how we do it. The ice leaves a lot earlier and comes a lot later. This changes our hunting patterns. The winds are harder, so we can't get away from our communities to go to the places that we go to heal and to become one with nature. The berries are being affected by extreme thunderstorms and dry spells. And I wanted to begin this journey talking from where we came, and to remind everyone that we sustained ourselves since time immemorial, and to give a reminder that what happens in the South affects us in the North. What happens in the big cities with millions of people affects us in tiny communities with populations of less than 1,000 people. Climate change is changing us as Inuit. Our traditional knowledge, for example, about the ice conditions that we followed forever is not necessarily correct anymore. When we go out on the land to hunt and fish, when we can't go out on the land to hunt and fish, we will no longer be able to pass on those skills to our children and our grandchildren. We won't be able to show them the things that we were taught. This is a reality that we as Inuit are living with, concerned about, and worried about. Nakamik, thank you.
Tansei Laura Lee Lance, Dish Nikashan. Hello, my name is Laura Lee Lance. I am a Cookum grandmother with La Femme Machif Optipimsawak, Women of the Métis Nation. I reside in Etaskwenay, also known as Calgary, which is Treaty 7 territory in Alberta. I want to offer you a teaching about the Métis Nation people and our connection to the land. The Métis emerged as a distinct Indigenous people in the 18th century, and our traditional homeland spans across several Canadian provinces and territories, including Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, parts of Ontario, British Columbia, and the Northwest Territories. We have a deep respect for the land, which has been our foundation, provider, and teacher. We have learned to live in harmony with nature, respecting the land's rhythms and bounty. Each season provides different offerings that sustain us physically and spiritually. The Red River Cart is a symbol of our relationship to the land. This simple yet ingenious cart played a crucial role in our history, allowing us to travel across the vast and varied terrain of our homeland. Drawn by oxen, the cart was essential for survival, enabling our ancestors to transport themselves and goods across long distances. For us, the land is not something to conquer or to exploit, but to respect and to nurture. We understand the delicate balance between taking from the land and giving back to it. We listen to the land, the whispers, the echoes, the melody, and sometimes the silence. We observe the land, its beauty, its offerings, its pain and struggles. We live in harmony with nature and recognize the interconnection between all living beings and Mother Earth. We use the land's offerings in a sustainable manner, ensuring those gifts are everlasting. When harvesting berries, we leave some behind for the other beings that rely on them. When gathering plants, medicines, and sacred items, we take them with gentle hands, leaving enough for the plants to regenerate and thrive. If we hunt an animal for food, we use all parts of the animal for food, clothing, tools, and art. By caring for and nurturing the land, we show gratitude and respect to Mother Earth. We know that our well-being is tied to the health and the strength of the land. In today's world, as our Earth faces unprecedented environmental challenges, we can all learn from these Métis teachings and wisdom. We should listen, observe, and connect with the land, understanding its sacredness and our responsibility to protect it. The land and our connection to it are important to our identity as people of the Métis Nation. I hope this teaching has given you a renewed awareness and respect for the land. Consider reflecting on your own connection to the land that you walk upon and how you can become a guardian to the earth. Let us work together to protect, honor, and preserve the planet for the well-being of all and future generations. Marci, hi.
Our guests today are honored to become Canadian citizens. Pour eux, ça représente un grand honneur que de devenir citoyens canadiens. Some have been waiting years for this opportunity, and to have their ceremony happen on Canada Day makes the experience even more memorable and impactful. Ils proviennent du Burundi, du Kuwait, de Haïti, du Cameroun, et de France. But today, they will officially become Canadians.
Nous venons d'Haïti. Nous sommes arrivés au Canada 10 ans et demi de cela.
Nous sommes venus au Canada pour hier, oui. Et ensuite les professionnels. Le tremblement de terre de Metis était horrible. Et cela
Prime Minister. Good to see you guys. Happy Canada Day. Happy Canada Day. Happy Canada Day. Great to see you guys. Happy Canada Day. Great to see you guys. Happy Canada Day. Good to see you, sir. Happy Canada Day. Great to see you guys. Happy Canada Day. Happy Canada Day. Great to see you guys. Happy Canada Day. Happy Canada
et encore au Canada. Et pourquoi j'ai
Et puis tu vas t'asseoir avec elle là, Sophie?
C'est un pays au centre d'Afrique, tout près du Rwanda. Et je suis venue au Canada en 2016.
Bonjour tout le monde! My name is Rebecca McConan, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Canada Day celebration in the nation's capital. Quelle belle performance de Tyler Shaw et Josiane avec les danseurs Alex Francoeur et Alex Carlos, non? Nous avons pour vous aujourd'hui une célébration incroyable, remplie de performances grandioses, et nous vivrons ensemble un moment marquant alors que 17 candidats deviendront officiellement citoyens canadiens d'ici la fin de cette cérémonie. And on top of that, let me tell you that 40% of the volunteers that contribute to these Canada Day celebrations were born outside of Canada and originate from 39 different countries. And today will make history as 17 candidates will also become Canadian citizens by the end of our broadcast. And as they continue on their journey, let us reflect on our journey as citizens, as Canadians, and as the people who make this the country what it is, while laying a foundation for what it will be. Avec un regard tourné vers notre avenir, nous devons également reconnaître notre passé, même les moments les plus douloureux. Et cette journée, le 1er juillet, marque le début d'une période très sombre de l'histoire canadienne. On this day 100 years ago, Canada passed the Chinese Immigration Act, which effectively banned Chinese immigrants from entry into Canada for almost 24 years. Taking the time to acknowledge the devastating effects of closing our borders based on race or nationality 100 years ago straightens our resolve today to champion inclusivity and embrace new immigrants from all over the world with open arms. Et cette année marque également le centenaire de la naissance du légendaire peintre et sculpteur québécois Jean-Paul Riopelle, one of the most influential Canadian artists of the 20th century. Son travail novateur continue de captiver les auditoires du monde entier. Et pour lui rendre hommage aujourd'hui, la Fondation Jean-Paul Riopelle nous offre un coin de pays, une œuvre évocatrice de l'attachement de l'artiste à sa terre natale, voilà, le Canada. L'œuvre majestueuse a été créée en 1962 et orne présentement la résidence officielle de l'ambassadeur du Canada en France. Comme toujours, c'est le moment de célébrer qui nous sommes, tout ce qui nous rassemble, nos histoires, nos parcours, notre résilience, les personnes que nous aimons et les lieux qui nous ont façonnés. This is how we connect, and this is the day we celebrate those connections from coast to coast to coast. Alors, notre prochaine invitée est la première métisse du Canada à être nommée juge de la citoyenneté et elle a présidé plus de 1600 cérémonies de citoyenneté. She's an impassioned advocate for Indigenous rights and has presided over 1,600 citizenship ceremonies. Please welcome Judge Suzanne Carrière.
a special day. In mere moments, the 17 of you will become Canadian citizens. Quelle journée spéciale pour vous. Vous êtes 17 personnes ici présentes qui deviendront citoyens canadiens et citoyennes canadiennes aujourd'hui. As citizens of this great nation, you get to enjoy incredible rights and privileges. En tant que citoyen canadien, vous profitez de droits et privilèges incroyables. You have the right to equality, regardless of your race, gender, religion, or sexual orientation. Embrace this right and promote a society that respects and values the uniqueness of each individual. You have the right to freedom of speech, allowing you to express your thoughts and opinions without fear. This freedom gives voice to your ideas, enabling you to actively participate in shaping the future of our society. Vous avez le droit de vote. La démocratie est au cœur de notre nation. Et en exerçant ce droit, vous veillez à ce que votre voix soit entendue et vos intérêts représentés. Vous avez le droit de pratiquer votre religion, vous permettant de suivre et d'observer votre foi. Ce droit garantit la liberté de croyance et de conscience qui sont des aspects fondamentaux de la dignité humaine. But, as I'm sure you're aware, Canadian citizenship does come with responsibilities as well. Comme vous savez, ce droit s'accompagne également de responsabilités. You have the responsibility to respect and obey the laws of Canada. Upholding these laws fosters a just society, ensuring peace and harmony for everyone. You have the responsibility to learn about historical wrongs committed against Indigenous peoples, and to actively engage in the process of healing and reconciliation. For many Indigenous people, this day in particular is a painful reminder of this country's colonial history and of ongoing systemic injustices. Let us build bridges of understanding and solidarity and dedicate ourselves to creating a Canada that truly embodies equality, justice, and respect for all. Vous avez la responsabilité de vous engager activement dans la communauté. Le Canada prospère grâce au bénévolat et à la participation civique. En contribuant, vous renforcez le tissu social de notre nation. Vous avez la responsabilité de respecter la diversité culturelle, ethnique, religieuse et linguistique du pays, en favorisant l'inclusion et en promouvant l'égalité des droits pour tous. Today, you'll join a diverse and vibrant tapestry of individuals who proudly call themselves Canadians. Embrace the rights and responsibilities that come with this privilege, and let us continue building a better, brighter future for Canada. I can't wait to see all that we can accomplish together. Aujourd'hui, vous allez rejoindre une mosaïque diversifiée de personnes qui se considèrent fièrement des Canadiens. Acceptez les droits et les responsabilités qui accompagnent ce privilège et assurons-nous d'un avenir meilleur et plus radieux pour le Canada. J'ai hâte de voir ce que nous pouvons accomplir ensemble. Notre prochain invité a une profonde compréhension de l'expérience des immigrants et des nombreuses opportunités que la citoyenneté peut apporter. Please welcome the Minister of Canadian Heritage. Veuillez accueillir le ministre du Patrimoine canadien, l'honorable Pablo Rodriguez.
Wow, hey Canada! Salut Ottawa! Judge Carrière, thank you so much for that introduction. What a great start. Thank you, Tyler. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup, Josiane. You guys are beautiful. Look at you. You're beautiful. Look at all the people around you. Regardez les personnes autour de vous. Je vois des Canadiens qui sont fiers, habillés en blanc, habillés en rouge, avec des drapeaux qui frottent un peu partout. And honestly, I can't think of a better way to welcome the group of new Canadians with us today. Because that's the spirit of our country. It's about being able to say, no matter where you're from, how old you are, or who you love. Canada is your home. Canada is your home. Et aujourd'hui, ensemble, ben, on assiste à un moment qui est vraiment spécial, un moment spécial pour nous tous, chacun d'entre vous, mais surtout pour les familles qui sont avec nous. Et je sais vraiment ce que ça représente. Moi, je l'ai vécu, je me souviens du jour où je suis devenu un citoyen canadien. J'avais à peu près 8 ans, l'âge de Youssef, qui est avec nous aujourd'hui. Et c'est absolument impossible pour moi d'oublier ce moment-là. Et mon père le disait à l'époque, il disait, le Canada, c'est un pays extraordinaire. C'est un pays d'opportunités. À ce moment-là, ce jour-là, je ne savais pas à quel point il avait raison. Aujourd'hui, je le comprends. Et c'était vraiment l'un des plus beaux jours de ma vie. J'étais tellement fier, là. Et toute ma famille est extrêmement fière. And today, my friends, we're sharing this moment with you. Canada Day will always be special to you because this is the day this country officially becomes your home. So, today's party is for you guys. Huh? You have thousands of people here today to tell you, welcome to your home. We're all here for you. Welcome to your home. Et félicitations. Félicitations de choisir le Canada pour bâtir votre avenir. Et merci de partager nos valeurs. Merci d'enrichir notre diversité. Vous savez, dans un pays avec une histoire riche comme le Canada, on a le devoir de se souvenir, de se rappeler. On a aussi le devoir de travailler sur les liens qui nous unissent. Et aujourd'hui, bien, on célèbre ces liens-là à travers la musique, à travers nos histoires, à travers nos traditions. And I see such an amazing diversity of people coming together to celebrate what it means to be Canadian. To celebrate that our differences are the very things that make us stronger. To celebrate incredible Canadian artists who connect us. To celebrate our culture, our values, to celebrate each other. Et je sens votre énergie, j'adore ça, ça nous fait du bien de voir cette énergie-là. Because this is what Canada is all about. It's about you, it's about you, it's about you and you, it's about all of you. Because Canada lives in your heart, Canada lives in the heart of its people. So let's hear your hearts shine, Canada. Let's your pride shine. Bonne fête du Canada. Happy Canada Day, everyone.
Ouais, ça c'est certain. Salut, MJ. All right, so this is it, the moment you've been waiting for, the swearing of the oaths of citizenship. Voici le moment tant attendu, la prestation des serments de citoyenneté. Linguistic duality is an integral part of our Canadian identity and a fundamental value of our country. And so we will swear the oath in English and then in French. La dualité linguistique est une partie intégrante de l'identité canadienne, une valeur fondamentale sur laquelle repose notre pays. Nous prêterons donc serment en anglais, puis en français. Would the candidates for citizenship please stand and raise your right hand? Les candidats à la citoyenneté sont priés de se lever debout et de lever la main droite. At this time, we invite everyone else to stand, raise their right hand, and repeat the oath if you wish. It's a demonstration of your commitment to Canada, but it will not make you a Canadian if you are not one already. Vous êtes également tous invités à vous lever debout et de lever la main droite et de répéter le serment si vous le désirez. Ce geste symbolisera votre engagement envers le Canada, mais ne fera pas de vous des Canadiens si vous ne l'êtes pas déjà. So please repeat after me. Veuillez répéter après moi. I swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty, King Charles III, King of Canada, His heirs and successors, and that I will faithfully observe
that I will faithfully observe
the laws of Canada,
the laws of Canada,
including the Constitution,
including the Constitution,
which recognizes and affirms
which recognizes and affirms
the Aboriginal and treaty rights
the Aboriginal and treaty rights
of First Nations,
of First Nations,
Inuit and Metis peoples,
Inuit and Métis peoples,
and fulfill my duties
and fulfill my duties
as a Canadian citizen.
as a Canadian citizen.
Excellent. One more time in French. Encore une fois en français. Je jure que je serai fidèle
Que je serai fidèle
et porterai
et porterai
sincère allégeance
sincèrement
à Sa Majesté,
à Sa Majesté,
le roi Charles III,
le roi Charles III,
roi du Canada,
roi du Canada,
à ses héritiers
à ses héritiers
et successeurs,
et successeurs,
que j'observerai fidèlement
que j'observerai fidèlement
les lois du Canada,
les lois du Canada,
y compris la Constitution,
y compris la Constitution,
qui reconnaît et confirme
qui reconnaît et confirme
les droits ancestraux
les droits ancestraux
ou issus de traités
ou issus
des Premières Nations,
des Premières Nations,
des Inuits et des Métis,
des Inuits et des Métis,
et que je remplirai loyalement
et que je remplirai loyalement
mes obligations
mes obligations
de citoyen canadien.
de citoyen canadien.
You did it! Congratulations, everyone! Welcome to our Canadian family. Félicitations à vous tous et bienvenue dans notre grande famille canadienne.
Bravo! Félicitations! Quel privilège, non, quand même, de voir ces personnes franchir la toute dernière étape avant de devenir citoyen canadien. Une étape finale, une dernière étape, mais qui est aussi le premier pas vers votre nouvelle vie. Bravo, bravo, félicitations encore. And now, it's my pleasure to welcome and introduce a man who's about to take a giant step also as the Canadian crew member on the Artemis II mission. Please welcome, veuillez accueillir Canadian Space Agency astronaut Colonel Jeremy Hansen. Thank you so much for being here on this special day, Jeremy.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here, and I have to say congratulations for everyone here is experiencing Canada Day as new citizens. Welcome to Canada.
Yeah, welcome to Canada. In 2024, Canada will make history when the Artemis II crew flies around the moon for the first crewed flight since the Apollo missions over 50 years ago. What does it mean to you to be part of such a historic event, Jeremy?
Well, it's an unbelievable honor. This is the first crewed test flight of the Artemis program, which is a multi-mission campaign. And our goal is to create a sustainable lunar presence and pave the way for human exploration of Mars.
What are you most looking forward to?
Well, to start, I'm excited about working with my fellow NASA colleagues, Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Cook. 3 people for whom I have incredible professional and personal respect as we take on this challenge together. I'm also excited about the perspective of witnessing an Earthrise. Wow. The breathtaking view of our planet suspended against the blackness of space from the perspective of the moon. And I'm personally grateful for this opportunity, and I know it's going to serve as an important reminder of our individual responsibility to take care of our precious home. But I have to tell you, most importantly to me, I'm humbled to showcase the incredible work of so many Canadians that earned our place in these Artemis missions. I want you to understand, your work inspires me. If Canada can fly to the moon, imagine what we can do next. I am so incredibly proud of you, Canada.
Sure you are. Of course you are. Cette mission historique va sûrement inspirer les jeunes générations de Canadiens qui nous regardent. Donc, est-ce que vous avez un message? Quel conseil vous avez justement pour ceux qui nous regardent en ce moment?
Bien sûr, cette mission est axée sur la collaboration et le travail d'équipe. Des compétences qui sont importantes pour vous permettre d'atteindre les étoiles et devenir la prochaine génération de scientifiques, d'ingénieurs et d'explorateurs. Il n'y a rien d'impossible si vous rêvez grand, si vous travaillez ensemble et si vous êtes respectueux de notre planète.
Merci beaucoup d'être ici avec nous, Jeremy, et bonne chance dans votre mission. Merci.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you, Canada, for continuing to dream big. I love the energy here. And now, as I look forward to venturing beyond the confines of Earth, it is my great pleasure to introduce a man whose aim it is to guide our nation towards new frontiers and who has shaped how Canada leverages space to maximize its benefits here on Earth. Please join me in welcoming the Right Honourable Prime Minister. Veuillez accueillir le très honorable Justin Trudeau.
Happy Canada Day! Bonne fête du Canada! Jeremy, I want to start by thanking you for your introduction, but most of all, I want to thank you for inspiring us all in the coming year as the first Canadian ever who will travel to the moon. Merci aux aînés autochtones pour leur message et leur bénédiction. Merci aux artistes pour leur performance. Je suis très heureux d'être ici en famille pour célébrer avec vous tous. Today marks the 156th anniversary of our great country. Some of you have ancestors that were here way before Confederation. And some of you arrived more recently, like the new Canadian citizens we just welcomed. Anthony, Armel, Sylvie, Alric, Anaël, Diane, Nicolas, Jolan, Joshua, Ralph, Jessica, Rana, Hala, Ibrahim, Youssef, Jude, Ghazal. Canada is now officially your home. Welcome, my friends. Bienvenue au Canada, un pays où les différences et la diversité sont célébrées, un pays où on est libre de vie, d'être qui on veut et d'aimer qui on aime, un pays où chacun a une chance réelle et égale de réussir, un pays où on reconnaît les erreurs du passé et où on travaille sans relâche pour bâtir un meilleur avenir pour tout le monde. My friends, the world and our country are facing incredible challenges right now. War has returned to Europe. Climate change is making extreme weather like wildfires, floods, and hurricanes even worse. Inflation, although it is getting better, is still putting real stress on families. But no matter the challenges we face, we will get through it the same way we always do, by staying true to our values. C'est en restant fidèles à qui nous sommes et à nos valeurs qu'on arrive à relever les défis. Des valeurs comme la compassion, l'engagement et la responsabilité. Values like justice, openness, and democracy. That's Canada's advantage in the world now more than ever. Quand on traverse des épreuves, les Canadiens sont là pour s'entraider. Notre pays possède des ressources essentielles et des paysages magnifiques. Mais ce qui fait vraiment notre force, c'est vous, c'est les gens. Merci aux agriculteurs, aux pêcheurs et aux propriétaires de petites entreprises qui travaillent fort pour mettre des aliments de qualité sur nos tables. Merci aux travailleurs qui construisent nos maisons, nos routes et nos ponts. Merci aux infirmières, aux médecins et à tous ceux qui sont aux premières lignes dans les hôpitaux à travers le pays. Thank you to all the workers who are powering our economy, from delivering energy to Canadians to making clean tech and clean steel around the world. Thank you to the members of the Canadian Armed Forces who put their lives on the line to protect our citizens and our values at home and abroad. And in this smoky Ottawa air, thank you to the first responders and brave firefighters, including friends from around the world who are right now keeping our communities safe in these difficult times. You know, last week, I had the honor of meeting two Canadian heroes, Captain Kevin Corcoran and firefighter Connor Scott, who serve in the Halifax Regional Fire and Emergency Services. When they got a call about a man who is home inside the danger zone, they didn't hesitate. They jumped in a pickup truck and drove through a wall of fire to save that man's life. When I met them, they were wearing their firefighter uniforms with the Canadian flag on it, and I thought to myself, these guys, with their courage and their humility, embody the very best of what the maple leaf represents for us all. C'est ça le Canada. Des gens d'un océan à l'autre qui sont là les uns pour les autres. Throughout history, people have looked to Canada as an amazing place, but increasingly now, people are coming to Canada to proudly call it their home and build their lives and our communities and our country all together. And that's why today we celebrate the fact that Canada now counts 40 million people. Although, given the citizenship ceremony we just had, we're now at least 40,017,000. Congratulations, guys. Des gens du monde entier se joignent à notre pays parce qu'ils adhèrent à nos idéaux et nos ambitions. Et on est fiers d'affirmer qu'au Canada, la diversité est notre force. Je pense à l'adjudant Avril Jeannot-Baptiste-Jones, originaire de la Dominique, qui a servi dans les forces armées canadiennes pendant plus de 25 ans. Je pense à Mariam Saleh-Zider, originaire de l'Iran, qui a compétitionné aux Jeux paralympiques de Tokyo au sein de l'équipe Canada. I think of Kamali Powell of Rainbow Railroad, who was born and raised in Canada by Jamaican-born parents. Kamali now works to help 2S LGBTQI+ refugees escape violence and persecution around the world and brings them to safety here in Canada. Every day, Canadians of diverse origins are enriching and shaping our communities from coast to coast to coast. Canada has the fastest growing population among industrialized economies, and we're the second fastest growing economy in the G7. Mais ensemble, continuons notre travail pour bâtir un avenir prospère et résilient, and let's continue making sure that all of our children know that here, Everyone can follow their dreams, even if those dreams are to follow in the footsteps of Jeremy Hansen and go to the moon. Because in Canada, with hope and hard work, everything is possible. Bonne fête du Canada, tout le monde! Happy Canada Day, everyone!
Make some noise for the multi-talented Pierre Quenders. Faites du bruit, s'il vous plaît, pour Pierre Quenders. Aujourd'hui, nous célébrons la fête du Canada en mettant l'accent sur la citoyenneté et en accueillant de nouveaux citoyens du Canada. So let us continue to unearth and embrace the stories, past and present, of all who call Canada home, so that we can be better allies, neighbors, and friends. Joignez-vous à moi pour accueillir une femme dont l'histoire continue d'inspirer une nation, la première gouverneure générale autochtone du Canada, son Excellence, la très honorable Mary Simon.
Happy Canada Day. Bonne fête du Canada. Canada Prime Minister, elders, ministers, dignitaries, and dear guests, and the new citizens that were just honored today. Thank you so much to everyone joining us here today as we gather on the unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people who have lived on and cared for this land for thousands of years. While you have heard other land acknowledgements, these words are important to show gratitude to Indigenous peoples for welcoming us to their lands and acknowledge Canada's true history. Ces mots sont des actes de réconciliation. Reconciliation is not an Indigenous issue. It's a Canadian issue. Nor is reconciliation one act or one moment. Many simple, small acts contribute to the process of reconciliation, to inclusion. Inclusion is a powerful word. It's about being seen, being heard, feeling like you matter, like you are represented. Across Canada, I can see we are making progress in building bridges and renewing relationships between different peoples, all peoples, one act at a time. Partout au Canada, je constate que nous avons fait du progrès un acte à la fois. I have seen it in the Northwest Territories, where volunteers from Food Secured Rescue Yellowknife are working alongside grocery stores to bring food which would otherwise be thrown away to those in the greatest need. I have seen it in Quebec, in Alberta, in British Columbia, in Nova Scotia, in communities too numerous to list, as wildfires rage and flooding impacts homes and livelihoods. Firefighters and volunteers from across Canada and around the world are fighting side by side, protecting communities, people, and nature. And I have seen it in Winnipeg at the Ukrainian Cultural and Education Center, where volunteers are helping refugees to rebuild their lives here in Canada and to learn English. They're also helping to preserve their Ukrainian culture and language so they can stay connected to who they are and all that they have left behind. We need to find ways to learn from each other and about each other. I'm proud to live in a country that is actively working to overcome the challenges that stand in the way of our progress, a country that is focused on the national and global issues that impact us every day, that is striving to be diverse, open, and accepting, a country where we can one day be free to be who we are without judgment, where new citizens can feel completely at home in Canada, encouraged to help shape our future, where traditional Indigenous knowledge is used and respected alongside scientific knowledge to advance research, conservation, and reconciliation, where members of our Canadian Armed Forces can continue to serve with honor and courage, where Canadians learn about the mistakes of our past to make sure we don't repeat them again in our future, where people engage in their communities and advocate for the most vulnerable among us. Aujourd'hui, je suis plein d'espoir pour notre avenir. If we have the hard conversations, if we put in the hard work, if we do so together, there is nothing that we cannot do. Let us make the choice. Choose to listen and learn. Choose respect and understanding. Choose to take the hands of friendship and support. Choose to look for the good among us and within us. Believe in each other as I believe in you. Célébrons notre pays et tout ce que nous avons accompli, alors que notre histoire collective continue de s'écrire. Regardons vers un avenir rempli d'espoir. So happy Canada Day, everybody. Bonne fête to Canada. Thank you. Merci. Nakormik.
Please welcome back la juge Suzanne Carrière.
To our newest Canadians, congratulations once again and welcome home. It was an honor and a privilege to be part of this ceremony with you today, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart, miigwech. Aux nouveaux Canadiens et Canadiennes, félicitations encore une fois et bienvenue chez vous. Ce fut un honneur et un privilège de participer en votre compagnie à la cérémonie d'aujourd'hui. Je vous remercie du fond du cœur. You'll now be singing O Canada for the very first time as Canadian citizens. This is now your national anthem, so sing it with pride. Vous chanterez le O Canada pour la toute première fois en tant que citoyen canadien et citoyenne canadienne. Alors chantez-le avec fierté.
Veuillez vous lever. Please rise for our national anthem, interprété par Sherilyn Toka.